Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today we're going to be doing a budget with me for the paycheck that I'm going to be receiving on September 16th, 2021 using the printable version of the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. If you guys are interested in seeing that, please stick around. As I said in my previous budget with me for the paycheck I received on 9/2/2021, which I can link right up here, I do have a 3-paycheck month in September. I get paid bi-weekly, so a few times a year I end up with a month where I have 3 paychecks instead of 2. That's what the month of September is looking like for me. With my first paycheck of the month, I really only had one bill to pay, which was my Spotify. And I did end up having to pay my Amazon Prime, which I had initially kind of forgot about. So that's why it wasn't on my calendar if you watch the budget with me from the second. And it also wasn't listed in my paycheck bill tracker. I did end up realizing it. I was able to pull the money from my sinking fund and put it into my account to pay for that. But for this paycheck on the 16th, things are looking a little bit more normal, I guess I'd say. I don't usually have just one bill to pay or 2 bills to pay. I usually have a few, and everything that you see listed in this magenta color is what I will be budgeting for this paycheck. If I flip you guys over to the paycheck bill tracker, we are going to zoom in. That way you guys can see this clearly. Here we go. So as I said, this is the paycheck bill tracker for the check I'm receiving on 9/16/2021. The first thing that I do is always write in my budgeted income. I always budget my income a couple of dollars lower than I'm anticipating it to be. I do get paid, I am a salaried employee, and so my paycheck really does not fluctuate very much. So while I certainly probably could put the exact value I get paid, to me it's just a little bit like better safe than sorry if I budget a few dollars less. So I always budget my paycheck to be $2,935. For the bills section in this paycheck bill tracker, again, it's looking a little bit more normal. I have my Discovery Plus, Netflix, Optimum, Verizon, my contribution to my church, my student loan, and I do also have in here that I am going to be attending a wedding and will need to budget for that wedding gift. So as you can see, I do have everything listed in the budget column, but I've also put in those values that I know 100% are spot on. So I know my Discovery Plus is always $531. I know my Netflix is always $14.88. I know my church contribution is $20. I know I'm needing to pull out $150 for that wedding. So that's why those are written in there. As you can see, I've also put a 0 in the actual column for my Fed loan, which is my student loan. It is through the government and those loans are on hold right now, so that is why I am not paying towards it. If I add up all of the budgeted column for the bills that I have for this paycheck, it comes out to $1,196. Now again, I am budgeting with that Fed loan payment. I like doing that. It gives me an idea of what my budget is going to look like when I have to start paying towards that loan. That is why I do that. And if I subtract that $1,196 from the $2,935 that I estimated my budget to be, I'm left with $1,739. And that $1,739 is what I'm going to bring down into the envelopes or variable expense section of the paycheck bill tracker. My variable expenses always stay the same. They are groceries, eating out, gas, and miscellaneous, and their values always stay the same as well. I budget $200 for groceries, $50 for eating out, $50 for gas, and $200 for miscellaneous. Those added up do equal out to be $500. And if I subtract that $500 from the $1,739 I was left with after paying my bills, I have $1,239. That value is what I'm going to bring up to the sinking fund section of the paycheck bill tracker. I don't switch up my sinking funds at all. I keep all of the same sinking funds every pay period or paycheck. And I also keep their values or denominations the same as well. So I put $50 towards travel, $25 towards Christmas, $15 towards subscriptions, which now includes, sorry guys, my Amazon Prime, my Disney Plus, and my Hulu, which I pay annually. $20 towards medical, $120 towards car maintenance, which is for actual car maintenance, my car insurance, which I pay annually, and my car taxes, which I pay annually. I put $20 towards birthdays, $20 towards holidays, which all totals up to be $270. If I subtract that $270 from the $1,239 I was left with after paying my bills and putting money towards my variable expenses, I am left with $969. Now, I do not have any consumer debt. The only debt that I have is my student loans, which, as I said, I'm not currently paying towards. And so all of that money left over after my sinking funds goes directly down to the savings section and my number one savings goal, which is my house savings goal. Now, I have put $969 down here in the budgeted column, but I did put $1,500 lightly in pencil in the actual. And the reason I did that is because this budgeted column includes the $600 payment to my student loan, which I know I am not going to be making. So if I add $600 to this $969, it does equal a little bit more than $1,500, but I do like to initially kind of like round down a little bit when I'm doing this, and I can always make an additional transfer into my savings account kind of towards the end of my pay period. It also allows me to like fluff up my cushion in my checking account just a little bit without taking too much of a hit towards my number one savings goal. So that's why I have $1,500 written here in the actual column. When I get paid on the 16th, I am going to transfer that exact amount of money to my house savings account. That way I don't risk spending any of it at all. One thing I did want to mention is that if you've watched my August budget recap, which again I can link right up here, I talked about the fact that I am kind of separating out some of the miscellaneous purchases that I make. In months past, I have lumped into one miscellaneous category anything that I purchase with the $200 that I receive per pay period from my miscellaneous cash envelope, which is a variable expense cash envelope. And then I've also lumped with that any expense that I'm anticipating or that I know I'm going to have, but that doesn't fall into any of my other budget categories. So this wedding gift is a perfect example. In months past, I would have put that with my miscellaneous category, and then it ends up looking like I'm overspending so much in that miscellaneous category, when some of it was actually expected and budgeted for and anticipated, and it wasn't any type of a want purchase. It was something that I needed to put money aside for. So in August, and I could see if I could flip back to that right here, you can see it, I created this miscellaneous bills category where I can put things like wedding gifts, or if I have like, I don't know, like a concert that I want to go to and I purchase a ticket, or I decided that I was going to include in my budget treating myself to X, Y, and Z, but it's a very specific thing that I'm again budgeting for and anticipating. I can put it in there. You can actually, I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek at my paycheck bill tracker for the paycheck I'm receiving on 9/30. I have another one of those that'll be coming up, and that is this Delta Hotel, which is going along with this wedding that I'm attending. I'm going to be going for kind of like a long weekend because it is out of state, and I did have to pay for a hotel. I did put it on my credit card because I'm going to be able to get cash back. So that's why I don't have a value written in here yet, because even though I know how much the hotel is costing, it's like $300 something. I'm getting cash back. So what I actually have to pay towards it is going to be a little less than that. So I have to wait and see what that value ends up being, which is why it's included in this paycheck bill tracker and not in with this one for the 16th. So that's what that miscellaneous bills category is going to kind of include. And so I wanted to mention that because this is a perfect example of a purchase or of money going out that would be in that type of category. If I bring you guys over to the cash envelope breakdown, this section really does stay pretty much the same for every paycheck that I have. I do always pull out 2 20s and a 10 for my eating out category, one $50 bill for my gas, and then this here I have to look at again. I have been doing $100 bill, a $50 bill, 2 20s, and a 10 for my $200 miscellaneous category, but I think for my 2021 savings challenges that I need to pull out with this paycheck, this isn't going to work. So I have to look at it again. I thought I did when I wrote this in, but for some reason I feel like I needed a $5 bill. So I'll have to look at that, and that might change based on what the 2021 savings challenge is. My sinking fund denominations do not change at all. I always pull the largest denominations that I can. So a $50 bill for travel, a 20 and a 5 for Christmas, a 10 and a 5 for subscriptions, a $20 bill for medical, 100 and a 20 for car maintenance, a 20 for birthdays, a 20 for holidays, and then for this wedding gift, I am going to pull out cash and put it in a card, and I'm going to do that in 100 and a 50. So that is my plan for the paycheck that I'm going to be receiving on September 16th. Again, because I have a 3 paycheck month, it is allowing me to put a little bit more than usual into my savings and my number one savings goal, my house savings goal, which I'm super, super happy and excited about. I can't wait to do my September budget recap with you all and show you guys just how much I was able to put towards my house savings for this month. I'm like, oh, I'm just like so excited for what that final total is. But yeah, this is what I'm doing with my paycheck for the 16th of September. I hope you guys enjoyed going through this budget with me. If you have any questions at all about how I put this budget together, please do not hesitate to put your comments down below. And as always, everyone, please be safe. Bye-bye.